What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Sin City Crypto. I am David, and I'm joined with Robin, and today we're covering big news with CBDCs, the federal government, and none other than Ripple. Let's not waste any time and get right into it. U.S. Digital Dollar Project to work with Ripple on a CBDC technical sandbox. This is sourced from Forecast News. They will work with Ripple and a few other digital asset firms to further study a U.S. CBDC. The program is set to start in early October with an initial focus on cross-border payments, which, if you are in the XRP army, you know that is literally what XRP is meant for. The program will also undergo two phases, an educational phase and a pilot phase. And hopefully the educational phase will focus on educating some of our congresspeople. Goes on to say, in March, if you remember, President Joe Biden did issue an executive order that placed the highest urgency on research and development of a potential CBDC. Now, here's one thing to remember. These reports that President Biden asked for, they're all due by September 6th. So 3 to 4 more days, and we'll see what they came up with. And in April, the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation partnered with the Digital Dollar Project and launched Project Lithium to test CBDC infrastructure. And last thing I want to show you is a quote from Chris Giancarlo, which is the co-founder of the Digital Dollar Project. A digital dollar would help future-proof the greenback and allow individuals and global enterprises to make payments in dollars irrespective of space and time. Bitcoin. We are launching the Digital Dollar Project to catalyze a digital tokenized U.S. currency that will coexist with other Federal Reserve liabilities and serve as a settlement medium to meet the demands of a new digital world. So, I personally am surprised that a company like Ripple, who is being sued by the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, is being chosen to help further a CBDC. Is this surprising to you, Robin?
No. I mean, the SEC does not have any play or hand in creating a CBDC. That's the Treasury Department and also the Fed. But more or less the Treasury Department, they're the ones that really control currency. And so, no, not surprised there. And different branches of government, a lot of times, don't really care what the other branches of government are doing. And not to mention, a lot of people are upset with how the SEC is going about the crypto regulation or their attempts to enforce regulation without any blueprint or anything outside of scare tactics, which is what they are known for. Basically, they slap a lawsuit and that's it. And they are trying to enforce by intimidation.
Here's the thing, though. It's kind of like living in a household, mom, dad, or whatever the case may be, kids. And the mom files a lawsuit against someone, but the dad just goes and hangs out with them. It's essentially the same thing. Yes, they're different entities. Yes, the SEC is a different entity than the Fed.
That would be crossing the line if the mom and dad were in a loving relationship and happy-go-lucky.
Well,
I don't think the SEC and the Treasury Department or Fed, I don't think they particularly like the SEC and vice versa. And so if you had a toxic relationship, as you with your analogy, mom and dad hate each other and they're just together for the simple fact of raising a kid. If mom sues dad's best friend, he probably ain't gonna stop hanging out with him, right?
A lot of ifs in there. Yeah. I'm just saying, you have a department of the U.S. government, essentially, the SEC, suing Ripple, which is the highest profile case brought up against any cryptocurrency blockchain company.
Irrelevant of all of that. Like, let's not lose focus on what's happening here. The federal government is working with Ripple Labs to create a CBDC and using the Ripple's basically payment rails or blockchain to facilitate and settle payments, which is why they were created. All of this, hey, it happens to be, not in the best interest of SEC. I feel like we're losing the point at hand. So absolutely, extremely bullish for
who?
For Ripple Labs.
Okay, is this bullish for the government? Is this bullish for the consumer?
I mean, it depends on what your agenda is. I mean, for the crypto landscape, I mean, you can look at it two ways. Are you welcoming and wanting of a CBDC? I think most people push back against the idea because of the loss of privacy. Or is this beneficial for crypto because you have the strongest economy in the world, the United States, basically promoting the CBDC and working with a well-established cryptocurrency platform. And this would probably be one partnership of many. I'm sure there's going to be tons more to come. And here's the thing, one thing I'm not surprised about is the fact that the U.S. didn't try to build their own blockchain. You know, it's probably smarter to use an infrastructure that's already built, tested, and been out for a while. And who is a better option than XRP when it comes to payments, facilitating payments? I mean, and moving money, especially in a cross-border type of fashion. They've been around the longest in that particular field, and they're the most tried and true at this moment. So it only makes sense to go with XRP. And who else? What are the other options? So if you're looking, if your options are on the table, hey, we can build our own blockchain. That'll take 10 years, right? Maybe 5 years.
That's what China did.
I'm not saying that option's not on the table. I'm just saying option A, 5 to 10 years, build out your own blockchain. I'm pretty sure they want to roll this thing out sooner. Option B, use XRP, which is the one that's been around the longest. And then option C is use a different payment blockchain that's only been around for a year or two and it hasn't been tested. I mean,
there's other options out there. I'm just
I mean, Stellar Lumens would be the second, and they've been around since 2017.
Quant, but
none of those have been around as long as XRP. That's what I'm saying.
The whole industry as a whole hasn't been around for too long. So
yeah, but the one that has been around the longest, the one that has stood the test of time as far as hackers and attacks and exploits, the one that has stood the test of time so far, whether or not, if your time horizon is, oh, hey, the dollar's been around for hundreds of years, that cool, yeah, but crypto's been around for 12 years, XRP's been there for 8.
Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question, Robin. Do you think if this thing gets finalized and it gets signed off by the Fed and the President of the United States, because he said highest urgency on CBDCs, that they will strong arm the SEC into dropping the lawsuit if it has not been resolved by them?
They're separate. That's how we started this. They're two different. They don't care what each other does. The Army doesn't care what the Air Force is doing. The baseball team for Florida State doesn't care what the football team's program is doing. Now, they might pay attention and be like, hey, you got a lot of money. What's up, man? We want our money too. But these are different government branches. One government branch is filing a lawsuit on somebody. One government branch is trying to execute a CBDC. They're different. There's no fundamental mix-up here.
What do you think it does for the price of XRP if this does go through?
I mean, it's bullish, right? Has to be. More adoption and the strongest economy in the world, leveraging the Ripple net, super bullish. And when on a separate topic, when the settlement does go through or the charges get dropped or there's a resolution in the court case with the SEC, there's nothing stopping XRP. And you know what? There's a lot of XRP bulls out there, XRP army, whatever you want to call them. It's for due reason. Because when this lawsuit is done and over, the brakes come off. And it gets relisted back. It goes back onto Coinbase and Binance and all the exchanges that delisted it. Goes back on there. And there's going to be a rush of liquidity that needs to be scooped up for transactional purposes. Coinbase is going to have to get a crap ton of XRP because there's going to be a lot of trade demand. They need to fill the order books. Be people trying to buy it. They have to buy up XRP. And so does every exchange that delisted them. And there's a long list of them. And with them relisting, liquidity straight skyrocketing, the FOMO at the same time, you couple that with the infrastructure of the CBDC running on RippleNet, It's a lot of upside without too much risk. Now, there is the risk of the lawsuit, them losing a lawsuit. That's always a possibility. However, it doesn't change the fact that XRP is still decentralized, right? I mean, you can essentially, I mean, what would be the worst case scenario? They put Brad Garlinghouse in some kind of sentence, right? I don't even know what.
I just find it hard to believe that if Ripple partners with the Fed, that lawsuit would not be dropped if it hasn't been resolved yet.
They're two separate things.
I don't care.
There's all kinds of lawsuits
under the U.S. government.
The U.S. government has massive. They have so many different lawsuits on government. The government branches sue each other. Congress will sue. I mean, you saw.
It's like saying after BlackRock was asked by the president to help and the Fed to help bail out the failing banks, that they will get a lawsuit slapped on them.
Well, here's the thing: different branches of government sue each other all the time. So if an entire branch of government can sue another one, then what's this? Why is there any complication? I'm telling you.
I guess only time will tell. Only time will tell. But to wrap this thing up, whether you're a fan of CBDC or you're not, it's coming. And if you're an XRP fan, if you believe in XRP and Ripple, this is great news. So just when you thought Ripple was dead, here this news breaks. And we'll continue to follow the story as it comes along. That'll do it for the video today. Make sure you come by our live show Monday through Friday at 10:30 a.m. Vegas time. On behalf of myself and Robin, until next time, friends. Peace.